Adding students in Active Classroom is fairly simple. You just go to your People tab, Add Organized Students. You can add them individually or as groups. The easiest thing is to download this comma-separated file, launch it. It'll give you an idea of the fields that you need in order to be able to work with your students. So we see we have the email field, a password, first name, last name, a state, and we can separate students into classes. Now you replace this sample information with your own information. I think I've got a file that I created already here. And so I've got Johnny Appleseed, Susie Smith, Sam Samuels, and BIP Detroit that are ready to be added to my database. So I've basically replaced those sample people in the same format with my actual students. I've divided them into two separate classes, and we'll see in a minute how we can then add them to different groups. So if we want to upload that file, we choose the file. I find it on my desktop here. And we say upload users, and the users were successfully imported. Now if we go to look at our student classes, we can see it created actually period 1 and period 2, and we can go in there and we can edit this, and we can see that Johnny Appleseed went into period 1. Okay, we can now add additional students if we want to, or we can close it out at that time. The next thing we can do is we can add users individually by going to this single user interface, adding in their name, email address, basic information, and add the user. The only cautionary note about adding a user individually is that then you would need to, once you've added them, you would need to go and search for them and then add them to a class before they can appear in your list of students that you can assign things to. The next step is we wanted to create student groups with the students that we imported. So here are our students that were successfully imported, and we can call this group Blue Team. And these are going to be my ELL students, and I'm going to add Johnny Appleseed to that group, and we'll create that group. And now we want to add another student group for my at-level students that I'm going to put Susie Smith into, and I'm going to call that Orange Team. And this is something, the description area is just notes for yourself. We add Susie to that one, and we create that student group. So now we've added new students using the upload file. We've then also at the same time created two different periods and populated that with those students. We've then gone through and created a new student group which includes the blue team and the orange team, and this is once again a way to organize your students across grades or classes according to, say, reading levels or other areas where you might want to assign them different activity sets. So it's as simple as that to add students to your classes.